Welcome back to the More Life Podcast. Another very exciting episode today as we have another guest, as you can see to my right. This is someone who has been on a recent podcast, or not saying been on, but his name has came up on a recent episode.
Definitely mentioned, yes.
This is our most recent one, the episode with Philo. So if you've not yet, go and give that a watch and listen. But without further ado, this is our good friend, Rosario.
Hello. This is phenomenal to be on here. Yes, I was indeed added on the last podcast. A version of a story was told, but I wasn't there to...
Version of a story? Tell us more.
Version of a story. So it was a false story.
Not false, but...
Fake news?
A little bit. You see, it has come to my attention that I bribed a bartender to reserve a seating. But in actuality, it was a little, hey, hook us up, keep us in the chairs, keep us on a table and chairs so we don't have to stand around like buffoons at the bar while watching the playoff game. So
Was it $20?
honestly, I don't remember the amount, but there was a contribution made to get the bartender in our favor to hook us up, So
your pockets are deep like that.
That's what I'm getting from it.
um
We have the dinner after this. We'll be excited to hear you be the first one to grab the check when that comes out.
you know what? I was already thinking about that, so yeah, I will.
Because we usually, when we have like someone on, we try to kind of take care of them. Like in the past, we've had people on, gotten
yes,
beer for them,
yes, yep.
taken them out. But with someone with deep pockets like you, this would be nice to have that change for a second.
Oh, I bet. I mean, I can't. I love spoiling the boys. I like to keep them in the good graces, and I like them to be treated well and with respect. So I think this time around I'll definitely indulge with my deep pockets, so to speak. There's definitely exaggeration of deep pockets.
Would you say your deep pockets came from like mechanical engineering or like some kind of side gig? Would you say? I don't know what you do on like your like Saturday nights per se, but like.
Well, so. I mean, I do have some side gigs, but not so much anymore since I am a graduated engineer and a full-time engineer. So I do have more grown-up money than compared to my side hustle money.
Yep, always nice.
Oh, very nice, I have to say. But the side hustle money did consist of me bartending at my family-owned banquet hall. So I was pretty fortunate to have that.
So you were a bartender, and with that whole experience from the story, I think it's a interesting question to ask. Have you ever received a bribe during your bartending career?
In a way, yes. It was more so if there was like at certain events, we'd have like either a cash bar, which isn't complete, it's you have to pay for your drinks like any other bar you go out to. And usually when we have the cash bar, we don't really have the best liquor or beer options. So if by chance they ask for something and I tell them, oh no, it's not available, not not tonight, they'll maybe kind of like slide a few bucks my way.
Ooh.
I'm like, well,
I guess I can find it for you.
A little bonus.
I could check the back for you. So no, yeah, if people are generous, then I tend to be a little generous too.
I feel that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is there like one specific drink that's like either your favorite or you feel like you make best?
Oh man, it's been a while, but I don't know. There's quite a few. I do like to. That's tough. I mean, you go with the simple drinks, a nice little vodka tea or a vodka Sprite or like a tequila Sprite.
Like a double Long Island, maybe?
I've made quite a few double Long Islands.
Get the people going.
Yeah, get them off to
Gets the people going.
No. You get the people to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
You
You're
know?
right.
Right, Mike.
Oh, no. Don't worry about that.
Oh, no.
Story for another day.
What do you mean? I think it's a prime opportunity to rehash this.
Sure, yeah. We'll tell a quick story here.
a little side story.
It's a couple years. No, probably more than a couple. Probably
for sure, more than a couple.
5-6 years ago when I was 21, obviously. We had the Rosario's family New Year's party at the banquet hall.
Yes, sir.
And I came from my part-time job at Target at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I was in
Those
college.
were the good old
And
days.
I was a fair bit behind. Everyone got there quite a bit before me. So
Yeah, usually they usually start at 7, and Mike came in at
like 10 probably.
yeah, it was at 10.
So I felt the need to kind of how do I put this?
Catch up.
Intake a certain type of fluid or liquid that would kind of enrich the celebration.
Yes.
And so I did that, and then kind of went, I don't want to say overboard, over the top, but I went beyond what was necessary, I would say.
Yeah.
And then this led to the next day kind of being more fatigued, more lethargic, I would say.
Yeah.
Rough around the
And
edges.
some sicknesses, I would say.
Yeah. Little
The self-induced amount, I would say. But yeah. So yeah, I would say I've done some catching up over the past.
Yeah. I mean, we were young, so it's we don't really think about these things. We just live in the moment.
Just young, dumb, and broke.
Yeah, exactly. When you see your friends having a good time, you gotta play catch up a little bit. You gotta be on that level, that hype.
Yeah, it's true.
And like when you have a bartender like me,
whoa, it's that easy.
it's that easy.
That easy.
It's that easy. I gotta say, the arm gets a little heavy when it gets late.
Speaking of bartending, I've been doing some bartending myself.
Oh, really?
I mean, not really, but what
In
I've been
your-
doing
in
is I recently made a new dance move. It's called they're called the bartender.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I've been kind of breaking it out because sometimes I run out of moves. So
Ooh.
Wow.
if it's like a wedding or something on a dance floor, I've been kind of breaking out the bartender.
I think I
So is
did
this
see-
something that the fans are able to see, or is this like a
No,
wedding
it's
exclusive?
No, this
It's
gotta be
a quick
exclusive.
move. I mean, usually it's a wedding thing, but I can break it out for something like this because
Ooh.
it's the more life.
Ooh.
I mean, we got camera now. We got video now.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Get ready. Hold the mic. So I'll do the move, then I'll break it down. Okay.
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 Ready,
I love a good analysis. Oh, he's pouring.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
shaking.
it.
Shaking.
He's shaking bacon.
Wow.
Ooh.
There it
Wow.
is.
So can we get
So
a
break it down.
I'll break it down, okay.
What was done?
So you got obviously a busy place, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
You got to call a person. No, you're next. You're next. You get a couple cups or whatever you're pouring in.
Yeah,
Pour, mix it up, shake it up a little bit,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then serve.
That's surf.
You know what?
Sir.
I can attest the accurate movements.
Yeah,
I was
right.
very very fluid.
I think my gross motor skills are getting there, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I only have one critique of it.
Let's hear it.
So I hear you call one person here, you call another person here. You do 2 shakes, 2 pours, but there's only 1 serve.
Well, I say
So-
you first, then you.
Ooh.
So the
You
question-
first, then you.
Ooh, I did
okay.
notice that.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were like 1 palm, 2 drinks, handing out.
You know,
Like,
I'm
that's
wor-
possible.
That's the modified move. I'm working on that one.
Okay.
Still workshopping it, but we'll
Okay.
get there eventually.
You know,
All right.
it is possible. I can say it's possible if you have those if you have that mobility and that strength, especially that wrist and finger strength,
That's true.
you'd be surprised what you'd be able to do.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, obviously, I'm not as experienced of a bartender as you, but if you kind of go into that venture a little more in the future and you want to kind of get a better understanding of the move, just give me a holler.
Oh.
I'll be here for you.
you best believe I'll come calling you
That's right.
because
Glad to hear.
it's been a long winter and these bartending hands and arms, they're very rusty.
Whoa,
Let me tell you.
They're all decrepit.
They're very decrepit. It's been a while.
Now, there's something in the news I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's about the pyramids.
Oh,
They're, I guess,
scheme?
discovering underground structures. I'm not really quite sure about the details per se, but I'm open to conspiracies here. And I've seen, I think it was a mixture, which is a weird mixture, but Italian and Scottish researchers came out with this. I don't know how those 2
Anthropologists.
groups got together for it, but they came, I guess, some sort of scan. They discovered that there's underground structures beneath the pyramids. They stretch down to like almost 2,000 feet deep.
no way.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And they show signs of like civilization. Like there's waterways and stuff that they claim. They claim this. And now there's other scientists that are coming out and saying this is false, this isn't true. But if it is true,
Yeah,
it is
'cause
interesting.
how do they find this? Do they kind of
Some sort of scan. I can't.
Probably
I don't remember the exact name for it.
probably like some sort of like sonar system, really. Like
Yeah.
they sound like a sound wave of sorts.
I
Probably.
mean, it definitely wouldn't be like those people on the beach with the metal detectors, kind of.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that's
It definitely
yeah.
wouldn't be that. That wouldn't be that. But
No, probably not. Probably not that. Someone probably tried that too.
really.
probably you're right. You're not wrong. I would say.
But if there are these big
Elaborate
plans under the pyramids, that means that we only have, no pun intended, the tip of the iceberg discovered.
Scary.
Hilarious. I mean, if there's irrigation systems and like a sewage system,
Yeah.
Yeah, because they would
uh,
obviously need like the essential
Yeah.
life materials to keep things going.
they would have the first sewage system before ancient Rome. So
That is true.
that's a big development, honestly.
It is.
Take away some of that prestige of ancient Rome, you know.
Exactly. If it's true. If it's true. This
Yeah,
could
that's
be
true.
false.
Good false.
We're not saying it's true on the More Like
Right.
podcast.
But
We're
what if it
just
was like
spreading rumors? Is all we're doing.
That's all we do.
That's all we know how to do. But what if like these underground tunnels were like kind of like secret passageways into like people's homes? You know, if there's like maybe
Well,
if-
there are probably homes down there, I would think, already, because you can't just spend all day down there, right?
No,
Who would see these people come up and down? Were they?
But the
I mean,
question
it'd
is,
have
what
to
if
be.
what if it wasn't down there?
Oh.
What if the pyramids were like skyscrapers and the actual peak is the tip?
Hmm.
You
That's
never
actually
know
a
these
good
things.
point.
I can see it.
Yeah, because you know
Yeah,
We're talking tens of thousands of years.
it's true.
that's very true.
So I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, it could be remnants of aliens.
Aliens.
I mean, I can
Aliens.
see it. That's definitely a very likely possibility, I'd say.
We've talked about aliens
We
before on
have.
the podcast.
Yeah, season 1.
Season 1. Yeah.
Wait, so what are your guys' thoughts on aliens?
Aliens. I think your stereotypical alien does not exist,
Okay.
but your scientific alien does exist. And I'm
I
not
would-
talking political alien.
Oh,
I would-
yeah, I see. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Cause
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that's hard to prove aliens is kind of the lack of the necessary elements on different planets
for sure.
that support life or can help create life.
Right.
Yes.
However, there's been a lot of evidence out there about different, whether it's aircrafts, or I don't even want to say aircrafts. I want to say
All right.
objects flying through the sky that
Are
have
you
gone
talking
at that have
about-
gone at sizes and speeds that have not been seen or documented.
Are you talking about that declassified video of the F-18
There's
pilot?
been listen, I don't know, because there's been a lot of videos.
Because I think
Which one? I don't. It's hard to know what you're referring to.
I think it was declassified a couple years ago now. It was like this video of a pilot, like in a fighter jet, and it was in like night vision, and it was like it was kind of like a UFO, and it just like shot across the sky.
Yeah.
And the guy was saying, "Holy crap, this thing's going like Mach 10. You know, it's like 10 times the speed of sound, which is insane at a physical standpoint." But I mean,
Well, the thing is, like, who's making the technology for this?
I would
America.
say,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
No, I would say either the U.S. or China, because Russia doesn't really have I don't think they have the money like they used to.
I mean, yeah, it'd probably have to be China or the U.S. I think the only way it would be U.S. if it was just these, I guess, these aircrafts that have the powers that they don't want others to know about,
Oh, for sure.
so that
Right.
they kind of keep them under wraps
There's a lot of
in case of an emergency where they really need to use them. I would
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Area 51's for, right?
no, for
All
sure.
that secret stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of developmental aircrafts are very
Mm-hmm.
hush hush.
Yeah, they don't want anyone
Only-
near Area 51.
No, you'll get shot dead instantly.
Yeah.
If you come too close, you're getting shot upon.
You know what I got the other day? You guys ever get those like scam text messages?
Always.
Yes.
I got
Lot
one,
more-
and like he wasn't even trying. Like it was from this guy's email, and it was like kenrogers@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to sell me stuff, and I just responded, "Nice try, Ken."
Ken,
You
Ken,
actually
Ken,
responded?
Yeah, he didn't say anything, but
Well, no, of course
Ken,
not.
if you're out there, watch out.
watch
We'll
out.
find
Watch
you.
out.
You're starting a battle you don't want to start.
There's actually this. I have it in my pictures, but I have this weird spam email where it was like, it was weird. It was like this fake girl was like, I don't know, aggressive and
Fake
mad.
girl being like not a real girl, or
I
like
don't know, just like no proof, but it was like in the context of being a girl. It was like a text sent that
it's like the opposite of Pinocchio. He's like not a real boy. It's
basically basically.
While you search that, I'm gonna bring back a
Okay,
memory
yeah.
I have
Do that,
to do
please.
with Rosario.
Ooh.
I remember when we would get scam calls in lunch or study hall. Whenever you'd get a scam call and you weren't sure like who it was or something, you'd hand your phone to Rosario. He'd start speaking Italian. He'd answer it and start speaking Italian.
Yeah, I still do that like on the house phone because we still have a house phone in my house.
I don't remember that. All I remember was just I wish I did, but I don't remember that. But I do remember
I don't remember it
him
either.
like playing Lion King soundtrack in class.
Oh,
Yes, that was high school. That was
our senior year. That was
just,
a
like, he's just
whole
sitting
bunch
there
of debauchery.
on his like a YouTube video, just like, oh, sorry guys, my bad.
sorry.
Yeah, that was a whole bunch of debauchery that year, especially towards the end. Honestly. Oh my God. Actually,
Yeah, there was a little bit of a lack of effort toward the end of the year, with scholastically wise, I would say.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, it was senior year, so we were doing fine in our classes. We were passing.
yeah.
We had plenty of time to fuck around and
Find out.
well, not
Find
so
out.
much find out. But we'd be within the limits, so it wasn't too extreme. But back to the scam text I got. It was like this girl was like upset that I stood her and a friend up.
Both of them.
Yeah, it was a date that I just never knew about.
Damn, you were double dating.
Yeah, possible.
Possible
Could have been
what?
a lucky night.
Possible what?
Just could have been a lucky night, a possible lucky night. And this text was so fun. It was like so aggressive, like just completely random. Like the random scam messages you get where it's just out of the blue. It could be something but it turns out it's like this scam. But like when I started reading it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen out of all the spam texts I got. Is like, I can't believe you stood me and my friend up. We were it was all this baloney. It was the funniest thing. I was like laughing for 10 minutes about it.
I think I'm starting to side with the woman on this one. I think you should leave.
Really.
Yeah,
I think you should leave.
I think that's it. I think we gotta. This is history. This is the first time
It's
we're
rough.
kicking
It's
someone
not. We want because I like to think we do a good screen of the people we're gonna have on the podcast.
off. Yeah, nice background check.
And the fact this comes up is very disheartening.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna evaluate our evaluation process of how we thoroughly screen our guests,
Yep.
and
Yep.
this will not be taken lightly. This will not be taken lightly.
Is this gonna be under review?
Oh yes,
Full blown
there's
investigation,
investigation going on.
Might
right
not
now.
even make it out to the public.
Might not.
top to bottom.
Exactly. Bottom to top, top to bottom,
Ah,
in and out, left to right, right to left.
bottom to top.
Watch out.
So, we got the Sabres game tonight, huh?
We do. We are going to the Sabres game.
We are.
Very meaningful game.
Really?
We're in a real playoff push right now.
Per
And
usual.
oh yeah, we're in it. And I believe we have to win every game.
Still.
And we need some other teams to lose
Yeah,
majority of their
I
games.
think we need to win every game, and
Yep.
the other teams need to lose most games. I would
Yeah,
say.
which is mathematically possible.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Still math. Oh, wait,
Yes.
how many games are left?
I think second week of April is when they're done. So
Shit.
Probably like between like 6 and 10, maybe.
yeah, probably around there.
I'm
So,
not
like,
actually
2
sure.
weeks.
We've been hot lately. We've
Hot.
been winning games.
Red hot.
Tage passes 40,
Yeah.
Really?
and Reimer's just been killing it in that.
Imesy.
Reimesy's been killing it, man.
He's an old goaltender. His knees are like falling apart. His hair, he's like got a lot of hair loss this season.
Oh, boy.
His knees are falling apart. His toenails are really long, so it's like it's hard for him to keep skates on. But he's playing well, so it's like you can't stop him
Can't
taking out the
knock
net right now.
sounds like he needs a good old visit to
He needs a lot.
Michael's PT clinic.
We'll see him. We'll take him.
We'll see him. We'll take him.
If he's got insurance, we'll take him.
Oh, I think he does.
I think he does too.
But what's the math? How many points do we need?
I really don't know. I
Fair
don't know
question.
the math behind
If
it.
we were closer, I would know, but I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. I'm glad we're all on the same page of not caring about the Sabres.
Listen, but the thing is, we just
No, we care, but
I
the
just-
season's over, basically.
I just enjoy watching hockey games, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what? I
If you
feel
go to the
that.
game for like not a super expensive price,
Yeah.
you hang out with
Yeah.
the boys, have a few
Most
beers.
importantly,
I know what to say. You hit up that pizza machine.
exactly. You know what I'm talking. You know
That's
exactly
right.
what I'm talking. The real fans that watch
The
our
stories? Oh, yeah.
stories,
They know.
you know those
know.
pizzas slap.
Slap. I remember last time I got the cheese fell right off the first bite.
Yeah.
I took a bite and it all just fell
Yeah.
right down. I was
And
like,
we're not talking like the ooey gooey type of cheese. We're
Oh, no,
talking
no,
like
no.
the plastic. It was
Oh.
just a sheet of plastic that just flipped right off.
I think plastic wrap, but like yellow and red. That's
Yeah.
what this was. I was like, oh yeah, this is why we came here.
exactly.
This is why we came here.
That's exactly why we came here, and that's why we're going tonight.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
We're going to get that pizza.
Oh,
Maybe
Maybe.
we're going to put a story up for sure.
Oh yeah. Easy story.
Good old fashioned review.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Beautiful. I will definitely not be partaking in this.
You could be the videographer.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could.
definitely.
We do need one of those.
Because
It's important role.
I'm a little picky on my pizza.
That's fair. We are too. That's why we like this one so much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This isn't the only sporting event we're going to in the next couple weeks.
It's not.
Oh, that's
We're going
true.
to another one, and
Big one.
it's actually going to be my first professional soccer match.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Ever?
ever.
Mine as
What the
well.
hell?
Which is weird because that's like my number one sport. I'm really into soccer, but I've never been to a professional soccer
That's
match.
crazy. Not even like when Manchester United came to the States.
Nah. Preseason games are not my cup of tea,
I feel that.
That's
and they're
very
overpriced.
fair. I think if you want to do it, you should do it right. You know.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
got to
I
go to
guess.
England, go to the game yourself.
Yeah.
for sure.
Really take in the atmosphere. But
Yeah.
anyways, we're going to MLS game. It's going to be Inter Miami versus the Columbus Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Take place in Cleveland, and we're definitely not going to only see Messi.
Definitely not.
But we're going for many reasons, just for the love of the MLS.
Yeah.
Not only
Basically.
that, but
And the
our
sport.
love for Cleveland too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love
Cleveland is
Cleveland.
A lovely
honestly,
place.
very lovely, very underrated.
A lot of people compare it to Buffalo. I'm sure it's not like I've only been there a handful of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not like as nice. They do have the Cleveland Clinic though, which is very
Yeah, that's big time.
That's big time.
And that's not even a joke.
No,
Cleveland
it's not.
Clinic is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like nationwide.
People go there from states away to go there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they do offer. They have some crazy offerings, but
Wait. What the hell is the Cleveland Clinic?
it's like a medical.
It's a big hospital.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
People.
Wait, you guys went to it?
I've never been there.
I have patients who've gone there
Oh, really?
Yeah.
for like specialized services. Like there was one diagnosis where you can't get diagnosed with it unless you go to the Cleveland Clinic.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times, like if
crazy.
you're like Googling, because I'm sure everyone does it, where you're like sick, you're not sure what's going on, or like you're hurt, and
Mayo
you're
Clinic?
Googling, yeah, like Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic is another
Yeah,
one that
like
pops
Mayo
up
Clinic
a lot.
and,
of the time.
Really?
Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So yeah, Cleveland Clinic is one of those websites that you'll probably end up on telling you you're gonna probably die in 2 days
Huge.
from a sprained ankle,
And you should
Okay.
listen.
and you should probably listen because you will.
Oh, shit, okay. Well, it's been a while since I sprained my ankle, so
Well, don't do it again.
don't do
Yeah,
it again.
definitely,
So we're on it well.
yeah, I'm gonna need to knock on wood. So yeah, that doesn't happen. I just
wait. You didn't get the knock on the mic.
oh,
Yeah, you got to do it.
this
Here, let me
is-
hold it close. Do it again. Do it.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go. There,
That's
we got that
That's
one in.
official.
Now we're cooking.
Now it's
Thank God.
official.
Okay.
You're safe now.
Oh. I don't want to die to a sprained ankle. Okay.
Yeah, but I am excited to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
We'll probably go early morning. Spend the day
I
there.
would say so.
Yeah, I don't know if games like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that.
I think it's
Uh,
four
four.
something.
4 something.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you
Yeah,
buy the tickets?
I did buy the tickets. Yep.
You don't even know?
Nope.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I bought them like a month ago. So,
Ah.
but we'll go
Okay,
down there.
thanks.
We'll see what's up. Our friend Sam actually told us that there's a pizzeria near there that's
Oh,
actually
that's
really
right.
good. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it's called. I will have to ask him.
Yeah,
But
well,
that could be a teaser for a
Could
future
be.
episode. You know, Sam, I'm sure is willing to come on, and we're definitely willing to have him on.
Oh yeah. That's
So
right.
there's your sneak peek of the next guest.
That's right. But yeah, you know, what would be fun would be like a, I don't know if they have this even there, but like a beer garden. That'd be cool. Kind of like
Beer
a brewery,
garden?
like an outside brewery.
Yeah, outside brewery. Yep,
be
that'd be cool.
hopefully the weather would be
Hopefully,
nice for
the
that.
weather. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we gotta hope for the weather would be nice.
Gambling hard on the weather.
April.
It's also the day before Easter,
Yeah.
so it might be a little crazy in the city,
maybe.
or maybe it could be opposite.
I'm kind of hoping
It could be a little quiet
Yeah, I feel like it'll
because
be
everyone's
possibly quiet.
in their
Hopefully back home.
Hometowns.
in their
probably.
hometowns.
Yeah.
Not traveling.
No,
We don't know.
we don't know.
All I know is one
I
thing.
hope so.
I'll be watching the pink. Watching
Right.
the man in pink.
That's
Yeah.
for damn sure. I'm gonna be bringing my Argentina jersey from
Very
when.
nice.
I had like this. My parents had like this big life size like Pink Panther.
Really.
Should I bring that? You think, or would that be like
No, but I'll tell you what you can do.
okay? Let's hear it.
Just shut him down immediately.
I
Way
mean,
to, way to give him
I
zero
mean, I-
whatsoever.
It's just like
I mean, I asked. So I mean,
he has. I'm gonna.
He did.
This is
You know
what we
what?
do. We're honesty of the More Life
Exactly.
podcast.
I respect that very much. Way
But
to
just
be
because I know he can do better, and
Oh.
what I mean by that is he can show up in a Pink Panther suit.
oh, okay.
He can
okay.
be the Pink Panther.
I'll see what I can put together. Yeah.
Honestly, you could end up on like Sports Center or something.
honest. Could be.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You could
should.
probably meet Messi.
I'd
You could
do
be
it.
their mascot.
You know,
I do.
Actually,
there's
Inter
a-
Miami, I think their flamingo is the animal on their badge. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
dress up as a flamingo.
I
Yeah,
do it.
dress up. But also, Messi's bodyguard has been informed that he can't be on the touchline to protect Messi on pitch invaders.
Yep. Yeah.
So, could be a prime opportunity.
Very
to-
possible. I can't
to
say
get
that
Messi.
we're that close.
That's true.
We'll be pretty high up, but we could always weasel our way down.
What comes up must come down.
Exactly.
Laws of physics.
No, I can definitely attest to that.
You would know that better than anybody.
Very, very.
It's good we'll have you here for this. This would be
Yeah,
good.
it's delta H, time to mass.
We'll probably need the velocity needed for Mike to reach to be able to get onto the
yeah,
pitch.
for sure. Yeah, and the potential energy is equal to the kinetic energy, which is 1/2 mass
Times
velocity
squared.
squared. Yeah. So once we diminish our kinetic energy of going up to the stands, we'll have that potential energy to help us get back down. So it'll be very based. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think physics will be in our favor.
Oh, yeah. Speaking I have a physics question for you. Not really a question, but a topic. So I'm not sure how much of baseball fans you guys are, but there's kind of some controversy right now.
Is it about the
bats?
bat?
Torpedo bats.
Yes.
Torpedo bats.
Wait.
So what happens is the baseball bat, you can picture a baseball bat in your head.
Yes.
They move the barrel, or like the widest area, to more closer to the handle.
Okay.
So which in my head would lower the lever
Right.
and make the bat speed increase. And also you hit the ball in the area of the bat where they found the players hit the ball more in the inner part of the bat compared to where the barrel was.
Okay.
So they're like, let's move the barrel inwards
Closer.
so that they hit that area
A
of the
better-
bat more frequently.
Okay. I see. So
So that plus I think people in my head, the difference might be minute, but like if the barrel is more inner toward their hands, the lever would be decreased.
yes.
So the bat speed would probably increase as well. Right?
The bat speed will increase, but it's also the force required would need to be greater because as torque, it's force times your length to get a torque.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
So the longer it is,
the
less force
it'll
required
need. Yeah.
to rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's closer, was it the bat?
The barrel. You're
Yeah,
saying?
the barrel.
Yeah.
Center of mass.
If the center of mass and if it's
Closer.
closer to
Yeah.
your hand, then you'll have to increase your oomph.
Yeah, but when you got guys like Aaron Judge
That's
just
true.
freaking
He's
swinging
a
that
master.
thing,
Yeah.
it's,
I know.
it's no
It's-
problem for him.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's probably very negligible to them, honestly.
Because like the controversy was that the Yankees, it seems like a lot of players have adopted this bat.
Yeah.
And so the first 3 or 4 games, they hit so many home runs.
Yeah.
Like a record.
They were averaging 10 runs a game
Yeah.
or something around
Yeah.
there.
And
It's just wild.
And so people are like, oh, the Yankees are cheating, but it turns out the bats were approved by Major League Baseball,
Right.
Okay.
and also some other players and other teams do it as well. Just
So-
not
so-
as many as the Yankees.
Right.
I see.
So it's
Exactly.
like-
So the Yankees aren't cheaters,
They're just taking advantage
who
of the
was it?
situation.
Houston
Yeah,
Astros?
Astros.
Yeah, so those were a group of cheaters a couple years ago.
They were reading. They had
signs.
cameras.
Yeah.
reading signs.
They read the signs of the catcher, which they knew what pitch was coming, and then they would tell the player with a hitting garbage can how many hits for what pitch.
Yep.
So slider, 2 hits, fastball, 1 hit.
Now
Things
that's
like that.
now that's proper cheating.
Yep, that's
There was
cheating.
also controversy. I think it was 2 years later
Oh, really?
that they were using videos, same
Yeah.
thing, same concept, but
Yeah.
videoing the catcher.
Even the Houston Astros.
Yeah,
Still.
to do the same thing, get the sign, and they would get the players would get wore wires under their uniforms and get a shock, different
Really?
shocks for what pitch was coming next.
Jesus Christ.
But never got proven. I think because COVID was rare in that same time too. So
Oh, okay. Those lucky
the investigation didn't go very far. But there was a short story of this one player on the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
He hit a walk-off home run, a game-winning home run against the Yankees to send the Astros to the World Series. And I don't know, but in baseball it's tradition rip your jersey off or something.
Really?
But he was like, no, keep it on. He was all nervous about his jersey
Right,
getting
he's
taken
like,
off.
Ooh, that's
And
suspicious.
so he went back in the room, and then apparently changed, and then came back on the field,
And then ripped his jersey.
and then ripped his jersey and did
Oh
the
my
and did the
God.
interview. So
That
it's
is
like
very suspicious.
that's just why would you hit a game-winning home run to go to the World Series,
and you got to go change to
and
rip
yeah,
your shit.
and your thought is your jersey and your shirt, that's
Yeah. I mean, that's
something's
red flag.
off there. Yeah,
no,
something's
that's
off
very
there.
suspicious, I gotta say. But in regards to the bat, if it's been approved by the league and other teams, then you're just taking advantage of the situation.
Exactly.
It's legal. You just gotta adapt to it. You take advantage of it. I'm sure every other team is now gonna
I'm sure. Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
torpedo bat
Yeah.
now.
And speaking of things changing in sports, Have you seen some of the proposition rule changes in the NFL?
Oh,
So they're
I
trying
saw-
to get rid of the tush push,
it's so stupid.
which is being pushed off till May, I saw.
Oh, the ruling is being
So-
pushed off till
Yep.
May?
Yep.
Wait, like next year?
No,
Or
like
this-
this May.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
like a couple
so-
months.
So
But
it'll be in effect this season.
maybe we'll see if it passes. But
Okay, we'll see.
I think actually McDermott is very much against the tush push being.
Which is surprising because the Bills
He
do it a
used
lot.
it.
The Bills
Yeah.
do it a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
And it was successful for them, too.
I know.
Right, but there is another rule that I think the Bills have caused. They're introducing video assistant referees.
Really?
Yes, for
So-
those close calls. You know, fourth and inches,
I
you're
see.
pushing.
I see.
You know,
Yeah.
they're going to introduce some. I don't know if it's video assistant or if it's some technology on the balls, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're bringing technology to give a more accurate call in those scenarios.
Yeah, if anything, they should have like kind of like in soccer, they have like this goal line technology
Yep.
Yeah, they should have that. I don't know.
to determine if the ball fully crossed the line.
Yep.
I don't see how they
Don't
wouldn't
already.
Yeah, don't
Yeah, I
implement
was
that.
always surprised that they never did that in football.
Yeah, because
It makes sense.
especially on those tight plays where,
Mhm.
you know, with your eyesight you can't even see clearly. Even with the video replay, you still can't see clearly. But then if you have like the sensors in the ball to determine if it crossed the line, it'd save so much, so much time of reviewing and just have a definitive answer. But I'm kind of iffy on the video official or the video assistant review, kind of like in soccer.
Yeah. It takes away an aspect of the game that while you're experiencing it, you don't like, but when it's gone, you miss it. And what I mean by that is
Yeah.
you miss like in soccer, offsides is a big thing.
Huge.
So it could be like a 1-0 game and the one goal was caused by an offside goal. So it was really offsides, but the ref called it onside. And it was obvious. You could see it on TV. His foot was off, but the ref called it, ended game 1-0. If you were the losing team there, you're complaining about it. Like it totally eliminates that part of the game of like kind of crapping on the
Honestly
refs,
fair.
and it eliminates that incomplete, which sounds good. But when it's gone, you almost miss it in a way.
Yeah, it's true.
It sounds
so?
weird.
Yeah, because there's in some of the European leagues, they have, I think it's in like the English, like the championship cups.
Yeah,
I think they don't have the
Right, yep.
video assistant.
they don't.
And there's always, you see it in those games, they're a bit more chaotic.
Yeah,
and
it's very
there's-
controversial.
Yeah, there's a
and
lot more controversial calls.
It's just part of the game.
Yeah.
It's just been part of the game for all, however many years, hundreds of years, and then it's just gone. So maybe the NFL probably be helpful. And I know in the
I hope
Bills
so.
case, we're always have those
Step
close
game.
calls.
It always takes like a Bills getting screwed over to change the rules.
It
Always.
is. I mean, the past couple of rules it has been.
That is
The
true.
overtime, now this. So, I mean, hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's good and useful, and we'll see.
So do we think the Bills win a Super Bowl in our lifetime?
In our lifetime,
I think so.
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I fucking hope so.
I saw a thing where AI predicts, and the AI predicted like the next 50
Oh.
years of Super Bowl, and there's like, I guess AI generated like 2 brand new teams.
I
and
think
they
it was
won
more than
teams.
2 teams.
Yeah, there's a bunch of new
There-
teams.
yeah,
it
there's
was
like
like
the-
New Mexico.
I could see that. Like
there
like
was
London,
Toronto.
maybe. Toronto maybe.
That was weird. There was like
yeah.
5 teams.
But I'm looking at the list. I'm like, who is that? I'm reading. It's like
Yeah, I
New
think it was-
Mexico. I'm like, what?
I think there was like one of those AI generated teams won a Super Bowl before the Bills.
No, that
No, I think they had the Bills winning it within the next 5 seasons,
Oh,
but it wasn't this year or next year either.
Shit.
It was like 3 years from now, probably towards like the end of Allen's career. That's where it really was.
I think the Bills could win one soon. But I worry about the end of Allen's career because he runs a lot. He's taken so many hits. Like,
Exactly.
I feel like
Yeah.
his career might, hopefully not. It could end earlier than like someone like
Someone
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, someone like that.
Oh,
you know?
for sure, yeah. But
How old is he now?
28 maybe,
yeah, I think 28.
29, 28.
He's a married
What?
man now,
No, he's engaged.
engaged man,
Yep.
soon to be married man.
Soon to be married.
Yeah.
But I think if they keep him in the pocket more, preserve his career.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't contain a beast.
I
You
know,
cannot-
that's
you cannot,
true.
No.
I mean, you can put him in a cage, but he's just going to break out of it.
yeah. He's at his best when he's just doing whatever.
Yeah,
That's true. It is exciting to see him
just
just
let him vibe.
be a beast like
Exactly.
that. It is very exciting. But I don't know. We'll see. I guess crossing our fingers.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, last year in the stadium.
That'd be cool.
So it'd be cool if we won it this year. If not, new stadium, new bowl.
New stadium, new
bills.
vibes.
New bowl.
It's like, no, it's the same one.
I actually do want to. I mean, the prices are going to be insane for the new stadium.
Yeah, I'd like to go, but not right away.
Yeah.
First season is going to be just stupid prices.
For sure. But
Like you're talking probably $500 a ticket.
Maybe.
dude, I hope not. Isn't
can
the
see it.
stadium? Isn't the seating capacity going to be smaller than
Smaller,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which would only
Yeah.
increase its price.
Yep, that's for sure.
It's going to be brand new. Demand's going to be high.
Shit, they're going to want their money back on all that investment.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
even though they got some crazy tax breaks.
They just put the glass beam on it.
Really?
I saw Roger Goodell was there to watch it.
Good for Roger.
He's a very,
Way to
the people really love that guy.
way to supervise the construction. But no, I mean, hopefully, the tides turn in Buffalo's favor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. The winters here are bad enough.
It's true.
We need something. We need some sort of luck.
We'll get there. It's all right.
That's all it takes. It's one little lucky bounce.
You know, it's funny as you said that the sun's like shining more.
I know.
You know
It
that?
is.
That's like imagery, right?
It's a sign. And you know what? I bet you the camera picked up on it too.
Oh, it
You know,
did.
I hope so.
For sure. You saw that, right?
Note this down at whatever time this is.
It's 1:18, I think.
1:18.
We got
PM.
36 minutes in. So,
Okay.
after editing, probably around the 35-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
That is huge.
You know what I was thinking about lately?
What's that?
Getting sick, really sucks.
I
Did
agree
you get
with that.
sick and then think that?
No, I haven't been sick. But,
You're kind of.
within the past month, more specifically, about a month ago, my coworker was pretty sick, pretty severely too.
Yeah.
She wasn't showing up for a couple days, and she came back, sounded awful.
Oh my god. Yeah. There's.
And I'm just like, man, getting sick sucks. I used to think as a kid, with a sore throat, it'd be so cool if I was a robot and just take my neck off and put a new one on.
It's crazy. I never had any sort of thoughts like
Really?
that.
You haven't?
No.
Maybe I'm just a little different.
Hey, I mean,
Different beast.
different animal in there.
But sore throats are the worst for me.
Do you get them a lot?
No, but when I do, I'm not happy.
That's fair.
Yeah, I had the flu a month or so ago. And I was sick for probably 5 days. I missed 3 days of work, and I remember the first day. It was just it was a lot just to go downstairs, move my car to the other side of the street. That was a lot to do.
It just physically drains
Yeah.
It
you.
did. I was like, oh,
It really
my
is.
God.
Yeah, but what do you think is the worst sickness symptom to have? I'm not talking having the flu. I'm talking symptom of
And how
sore
severe
throat,
are you talking
stuffiness.
about? Are you talking about someone with
I mean,
cancer or
I don't know about that.
Because sick is a big
True.
range of things.
I would say on the scale of not being hospitalized.
Okay. All right.
I would say being overly congested.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, because usually when I get sick, it's always I'm just overly congested, and then I'm constantly trying to clear my sinuses, and then always it'll work. I mean, I've done a pretty good job of avoiding it going into my lungs, but to me, that is the worst because my nose always gets irritated from constantly blowing my nose.
Yeah.
And it is, and then by the time my nose gets irritated, I gotta put lotion on it to soothe it. And honestly, that's one of the worst.
So congestion is your answer.
Congestion is definitely because that's the more common causes I have.
I would say more nausea, vomiting, stomach. Because then
Yeah.
your stomach just feels terrible. Even moving around is just ugh,
You know what? I'm gonna scratch that.
it's a really discomforting feeling.
I feel I would say that, but that's knock on wood. Something that I don't really experience. The last time I vomited was from drinking, and before that was probably when I was 12.
Yeah.
I just don't
get
vomit
it either.
usually.
I don't get it either often, but what happens? It's
So maybe I just forgot that feeling. But for me, it's got to be the sore throat. I hate a sore throat.
That's fair. I think.
Because then talking, sometimes even breathing,
yeah.
or eating food, anything to do with it. Just
The sore throat of mono was the worst sore throat I've ever had.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
It hurt just to talk and to swallow. Oh, that
Swallowing
was
was the worst.
that was very painful.
Yeah,
Is your throat swelled up?
yeah, it gets very
Yeah.
really swollen.
Yeah, very
and,
inflamed.
very inflamed.
There's even like for like probably 5 days or so, like just swallowing was like very painful. It was like
Yeah.
you grimaced every time you swallowed.
Exactly. Yeah, it was horrible. And I think there's actually a way doctors can tell between strep throat and mono by looking at your glands. And I can't remember what it was, but I want to say it's something to do with like white spots on your glands. If there's white spots, I think it's indicated towards mono, but don't take my word on that. I think that was what it was. But yeah, for me, it's sore throat. Oh, I hate a sore throat. And when I was a kid, I used to get strep all the time.
Really?
But I'll tell you what. One thing that slapped, the sore throat pink medicine. Oh,
funny.
dude, that was
That's
so
funny you say
good.
that.
So
Really?
good.
I feel like I don't know about that. But
You've never had that?
I never
I probably have. I just don't remember it.
Really? Oh, man. Well, there's got to be a viewer or listener out there that knows what I'm talking about. I'll tell you what, it is so good. I think it was like a bubblegum tasting type thing. But
It's so funny.
it just went down so smooth, tasted great.
Hey,
It really
even
like
now,
brought
like,
the
if I-
vibes up when you were sick.
Even now, like probably crack open like a packet of Ricola and just kind of
Why
have
not?
a couple of those, like stick a couple of your lip, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty good.
Why not?
I will say I did a few. I was like last month or 2 months ago. I did have a bad case of food poisoning. It's just constant diarrhea. It
Yeah, that's
was-
a bad symptom too.
Yes.
I don't enjoy that one.
You can't really like do any. You can't really have any commitments to anything.
Right.
If you, have
I
that.
was-
You can't
Yeah.
control it.
No.
It just when it's time, it's time.
It's you're
That's be the
you're
title.
living on the
That's
bathroom.
be the title of the episode. When it's time, it's time.
When it's yeah, exactly. But you know when it's time, you need some quality toilet paper, high ply,
Oh, yeah, you
High
have
ply.
no idea.
high
That's right.
GPF toilet.
This is a
TPF.
great time to plug in a good bidet and shout out bidets
Ooh, shut up a days.
because
Never used one.
lifesavers.
Really,
Yeah, save up. On
I've
that,
seen it one time, but I was too scared to use it.
really.
Yeah, it saves up on the toilet paper, and you get less chance of really irritating your bottom.
Yeah, I've never tried one. I don't know if I have.
It is weird at first, but I highly recommend
I
it.
feel like I wouldn't be against trying it.
No, it's like a guaranteed, cleansing. I can't believe we're talking about this,
You brought it up.
I did.
You brought it up. We'll talk about it.
but 100% you're gonna be clean,
All right.
and you could have the worst kind of day, and then if you have that bidet, hoo-wee. Yeah, no, don't get sick. Wash your hands. Eat fruit.
Yeah.
Eat fruit.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what fruit I've been really liking, and I think I've told you guys this. It's at Wegmans. Shout out Wegmans.
Oh, yeah.
They're called Golden Nugget mandarins, and they are delicious.
Look, the tiny little.
They're tiny little oranges. Look exactly like a clementine. They're just very
Oh.
sweet orange. Oh man,
Okay.
they're my favorite. I love them right
I honestly
now.
thought you were talking about clementines, but
They're similar to clementines. Same.
Right.
There's no seeds in them either.
okay.
Easy to peel.
No, honestly, yeah, I think clementines and in Italian we call it mandarini.
Okay,
But yeah, it's like
that makes sense. It does.
You still using that Italian like shampoo?
Yes, I am actually.
That's
Wait,
the-
hang on. Yeah, we'll get to this in a second.
Okay.
But I want to say,
He's
Hold
don't-
that.
He's like,
Hold the
don't
thought.
don't interrupt my fruit talk.
yes, I love my fruit. I gotta say the clementines and the mandarins are so much better than the oranges.
Mm.
Like they just taste better, and honestly, they're just better quality
Yeah.
compared to the oranges.
I mean, I do have a topic to bring up, but I also don't want to deter too much from like the Italian soap. So I
Let's
don't know
do
if
it.
you want me to go
Let's
on
do
my
it.
topic.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll remember that.
So
So
I wrote it down.
do you guys know like the whole like genetically modified food and
Yes.
like all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen actual images of like the original banana or like the original apple, and then what they look like now?
I know bananas were
Bananas,
heavily
yeah, they look
from a
totally
plantain.
different.
Yeah, they're like
I don't think so.
heavily modified from a plantain.
Right. So basically, how like animals and humans like evolve over time, our foods have as well. And genetically modified foods, contribute that, maybe accelerate that difference a little more.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird. Like, yeah, like bananas, plantains. If you ever seen a plantain, it's kind of like basically what a banana
Yeah.
came from.
Yeah.
But they come out with like these that I say I like those golden nugget oranges. I wonder if that's like a genetically modified food.
It has to be.
Has to be
I would think.
because a golden nugget. It just sounds
Yeah, it sounds
a little
sounds very
like
fake.
That doesn't.
Fake.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very organic.
right. Like I don't know if what was it called? I think they're called sugar bee apples.
That's the thing.
Are those actual apples
I
or are
think so.
those
Yeah.
genetically modified?
I don't think
Wow.
they're I don't know if they're genetically modified, but I know there's like selective breeding probably.
Yeah.
Because I know like the apple farms that we have in the, I don't know, wherever, like the upper areas, like Becker's Farms.
Yeah.
They have like the different species of apples of like the whatever. I honestly, I'm blanking on them, but they have like the various species.
Different types of apples.
Yeah. Different types of apples.
But actually, have you ever seen? They're basically they're like subspecies.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen the original avocado before it was?
Oh, you know what? That was one of the ones, and I can't think of it now, but I have
my
seen it
God.
before. Yeah.
It's like we're used to the avocado. We get a decent yield out of.
Oh yeah. No, I remember it now.
Out of the avocados, but like the original avocado, there's like very little of the fruit that we get compared to the actual seed.
Yeah, it's mostly just the pit.
Yeah, it was like a big portion of pit and maybe like
A centimeter or two of
of the actual fruit that we
right
use.
around it.
Yeah, like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just genetically modify things and make it how you want.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can do that with like humans too. Like when
There
you're trying to
is.
have a kid, like you can like change
Actually,
it.
I think
and it's like a
have
natural
seen-
thing.
I think
What
I've
do you
seen
mean,
some
like, change
articles.
it? Like,
Like you can genetically, like you can like, if you want your,
I think they like.
I'm pretty sure you can like, like if you want,
I don't know. Like, I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure
where I'm
you
going
can
with
make
this,
it
but-
where
I
if
think
you
you can
want
modify,
like a
like, the-
boy or a girl,
Yeah, I think you can modify the chromosomes. And
yeah, you can
kinda-
change it to where, or you'll increase the likelihood. Probably more like upper class people have the ability, maybe not
Sure,
us, but
that's okay.
What are you
We'll,
saying?
we'll
I
do
think
it,
that's a thing.
we'll do it the good old fashioned way.
Yeah.
I want my child natty.
Yeah.
Natty.
Yeah, do it natural. Natural is king.
Yeah.
So now I'm
I
gonna.
want no BBL. Okay. Damn.
But I'm gonna reach over to the stove. I'm gonna grab what we put on hold and bring it back to the table.
Okay.
The Italian soap. What's the deal?
I just remember going on this like ski trip with Rosario, and he's like, "Yeah, I got my Italian soap," and I see like it's like made in Sweden or something. Like this says made in Sweden. You're like, really?
Yeah. So I'm trying to find better alternatives of what's available in the supermarkets of shampoo. So
When you mean better available, what do you mean by that?
because like the ones in like I usually go to Walmart.
He probably means like made out of a better product, right? Like
Yeah, like a
the
better.
ingredients being like better, more
Yeah,
organic, and
yeah.
Not
More-
putting like
yeah.
chemicals on you.
exactly, yeah.
Because like when I used to have like this Dove 2-in-1 shampoo.
Yeah,
Ooh,
this-
those are always terrible.
It's not good for you now.
You like
And-
the
No, yeah, because I used
He's
to.
like, I got Dove 7-in-1.
yeah, Dove 7-in-1. Shaving cream, body wash, face wash.
Yep.
No, I would,
Toothpaste.
I would, I was like younger in high school, and I'd use it as like, oh, it's shampoo and conditioner, so I don't have to condition my hair. So like every time I would use it, I would never use conditioner after the shampoo, and my scalp was like super dry, so freaking the dead skin was everywhere. Every time I'd like touch my hair or anything, a whole load of dead skin on my
snowed.
shoulders. It snowed. It was lake effect snow on my shoulders.
It was coming down.
It was heavy.
You had to bring a meteorologist.
Literally, I could have employed someone.
Could have.
But yeah, more recently, like after kind of like towards the end of my college career, I started doing more and more research into finding the better shampoos and like a better routine of washing my hair.
Yeah.
So I actually got like a proper shampoo that isn't filled with the toxic chemicals that
Yeah.
contribute to hair loss.
I've gotten a brand too that I buy from. I forgot the name of it. It comes in like this like tan colored like bottle, but it's like more like natural things and
Yeah, and
materials and such rather than like that as chemicals that like Dove has and such.
Yeah,
But
and also tried to not wash my hair every day like I used to.
yeah, you're not
Because
supposed to do that.
every time I would like do some sort of
Yeah.
activity and get sweaty, I'd always wash my hair.
Yeah.
You get rid of those like natural oils,
Yes,
which you don't want.
That was terrible.
Yeah, there's an app I use called I think it's Yucca or
Really?
Yucca, YUKA, and we're not sponsored, but I mean they can if they want.
Reach out to us.
You can scan like it's foods, shampoos, body wash, basically any like body product, deodorant, stuff like that. You can scan the barcode and it'll tell you basically what chemicals in it, and it has like a red, yellow, and green scale, meaning like how safe the chemical
That's
is.
pretty neat.
And
cool.
not only if it's red, it'll link you to the article of the research that proves why it's
Wow,
bad.
That's a good. That's a good.
really
That's a
cool.
good. That's a clever
So,
app.
I mean, shout out to them. That's how I found the shampoo that I use now.
Which one is that?
And it's surprisingly Target brand Goodfellow.
Oh.
Okay, I've heard of Goodfellow. I've heard it's
I
pretty
think
good.
Yeah, it's Target's brand of their shampoo, and it's actually surprisingly not bad.
That's good.
It doesn't have a lot of toxic
to hear.
chemicals in there.
Love to hear.
It's mostly, I believe it gives it a score out of 100 too, and I believe it gave a 78 out of 100.
Okay.
76, 78,
Pretty
which is
solid.
pretty good. It's in the
C's
green zone.
C's get degrees.
C's get degrees. And Dr. Squatch is my body's.
That's what I use. Dr. Squatch. Yeah.
Dr. Squatch is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you like, because they have like the grit, like almost like sand in there or something, and then they have like the smooth.
I use the smooth.
Yeah.
The grit can be a little rough on the skin sometimes.
Yeah.
Is there like varying levels of the
They do.
exfoliant?
They have like high grit, medium grit, and low grit,
'Cause
or
you
no
definitely,
grit.
You definitely want some exfoliation.
Yeah, yeah. It does. It can be a little scratchy though.
No, that's for
you're
sure.
rubbing that on. It's a little scratchy,
Yeah, they got that little chest here. Kind of get moving a little bit to kind of get it out of there.
but it just like toughens you up a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
Builds
Just
character.
builds up
conditions your body.
That's true.
Yeah.
For those hard
Tougher
winter
skin.
months.
Tougher skin, so you can not be too sensitive to those harsh words.
Oh, yeah. Build you up.
Builds you up. Even my girlfriend's got like this pretty aggressive like loofah, where it's not like the puffy loofah. It's like just a rectangular one, but it's like pretty aggressive. And when I first used it, I was like, no, I don't like that. That's too rough.
Speaking of like girls and then the 3-in-1 shampoo conditioner.
Oh,
I remember one time.
Where's this going?
Let me explain. Let me cook.
I'll let you cook.
I remember this one time, like having a girl over, and then she went to the bathroom, and she comes back. She was like, "I may or may not have checked your shower to see if you had like a 3-in-1 in there." I was like, "Whoa." Thankfully, I don't. But
that's
So now here's the thing: she was checking for you
Yeah.
to
that
check
was some
for a red
serious
flag,
vetting. Yeah.
but I
guess
feel
so.
like her action doing that is a red flag itself.
It did not work out with this person. So
There you go,
You
red
know,
flag.
It's her loss.
It
It's
is.
her loss.
I
You
saw
know.
like I always see this thing. It's like
She could have had a well-groomed man, but now it's too late. She lost her
Too late.
Successful man.
Yes.
success. That can mean a lot of different things. But as we talked about, I think on the podcast week before,
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
I
and
would-
like money comes and goes.
comes and goes.
Exactly.
Comes and
I
goes.
wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that.
Oh, where was I going with this? I was gonna say something.
I don't know, 3-in-1.
forget.
3-in-1.
I mean, the story's over. That was.
Oh, that was. the
But I
story.
had something on top
You
of
had
that
a
to say.
theme?
but
Oh, okay,
yeah, I
okay.
forget.
that's all right.
Yeah, can't read mine there.
No, you can't. Despite the chemistry of the podcast, you can't do that.
Yeah,
It's not yet unlocked.
No.
Not yet. It's what, 50 episodes?
that'll probably be like season 15, I'd say.
We really should count the episodes.
We do count them.
Do we?
You count.
Yeah, we have a count on our Buzzsprout, like our hosting website. Yeah, they're counted.
Okay.
They're numbered.
So how many you got?
I couldn't tell you.
Here,
But
let me-
we're on season 4.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
I know that.
I think if you guys don't have
I think we're at least over 20.
huge.
I could probably pull it up real quick.
No, I'm pulling up right now.
Whoa.
Will it say how many episodes?
You're in Spotify though.
No, this is Apple.
Or you just didn't count them.
Apple Music. It'll still work. It'll tell you how many are there. It should. Also, Mike, we've been the past 2 days looking at the stats. It looks like someone has decided to listen to almost every single one of our episodes between Friday and Saturday.
What do you really? Why
Yeah.
do that?
We've gotten like it just seems like a trend where like I'm looking at like the numbers and we got one new listen on like every single one of our episodes, even the early ones.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
I did the tally.
okay,
You guys have 29 episodes.
damn.
Ooh.
So this is gonna be 30.
This will be 30.
Big 3-0.
Wow.
Big 3-0.
We're
And I'll
getting
tell you
old.
what,
We're getting old.
there's one more thing I like about Big 3-0.
What's that?
Ryan Miller.
Here's
Ooh.
that.
Ryan Miller. And we're actually going to a Sabre or not a Sabres game, Amerks game.
Yeah.
His number is gonna be
His-
is his number gonna be retired or is it just like an honorary?
No, I think a number of retirement. I thought
I don't know if
I'm
he
not
was
sure.
30 in Rochester.
he might have been 39.
Maybe.
He might have been that.
Yeah, 'cause that was his USA number.
That'd be a cool jersey. Ryan Miller Amerks jersey.
I
That'd
almost
be nice.
forgot about
Honestly, they'll probably have some like T-shirts or
might.
if they have jerseys. The Americans have so much potential for a good
They
jersey.
do. Have you seen? I was thinking of getting this jersey a while ago. I couldn't find it anywhere online. It's like they played an outdoor game. I want to say like 8 to 10 years ago with like a cream jersey. It says
Yeah.
like Americans on it.
Yep.
Couple stars. Oh,
Yep.
it's beautiful.
It's a nice
I
jersey.
need to have that, but I can't find it anywhere online.
Maybe you'll have to get like a China remake or something.
Maybe, but
Nice
I want the
to look.
authentic, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Look on eBay.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'll try
eBay,
it,
maybe
yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, true.
I think that'll be tougher on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I feel like if you have that jersey, you don't want to get rid of it.
Exactly. yeah. that's true.
Unless you make them an offer so ridiculous they couldn't refuse.
Yeah, an offer they can't refuse.
What I really gotta do is find some player who like played in the game,
Ooh.
and then see like, oh, I'll give you $200 for it.
I think it might be more money than that
maybe, but do you think
for a player worn one.
you're right.
Oh, I've never-
But I'm saying the player, the jersey might not mean much to them, you know.
Maybe,
wait,
but it is a AHL team, so maybe they never made it to the big leagues, and like that means a
Yeah.
lot to them.
That's true.
It's
Wait,
like they're
hear me out.
professional.
You ever seen those like those trade up videos or something where
Yeah.
someone
You start with like a very low value
like
item.
like a paper clip,
Yeah.
you like trade up to like something crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Oh,
could
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Maybe
could
you
do
could do that. You know,
I could.
get like a piece of paper,
Mm.
like trade someone for a pencil,
I could do that. You're right.
then trade that pencil for a pen.
You gotta be
Like-
a salesman.
Yeah,
Like
Like
death of a salesman.
I don't know that.
It's a
Me
it's
neither.
like a like play.
Oh,
Well
okay,
play.
that's
Yeah.
cute.
I think it's either life of a salesman or death of a salesman. I think it's death though.
Really?
Yeah.
Death? Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Actually, that would make sense.
That
Yeah.
sounds haunting, honestly.
I don't think it is haunting. I've
Oh.
never seen it, but I've just heard of it.
Oh, okay. How intriguing.
And then while you're talking just there, I remembered what I was going to say. I always like seen these videos of like it'd be like some guy doing some random thing, and I'd be like, oh, that's a red flag. And it's a list of like men's red flags. It's like a whole long list of these ridiculous things. Like drinks like Pepsi out of the can or something. That'd be like an
Oh,
example of things like that.
Have you ever done that?
Out of the can? I have.
Oh God.
Regrettably, I have. You're right.
Mike, no.
No,
You're on the red flag.
I'm the worst
list.
person ever.
You are screwed.
Yep.
Does
Over.
Ellie know about that?
No.
Not until now.
Okay.
We'll edit it out. Don't worry.
We're editing it. It's gone.
Yeah, anything,
Ellie will
anything
never
can
know.
be edited.
Yeah.
Allie, you'll never know anything about this. Mike is not a walking red flag.
Yeah.
Not a walking green flag either.
I'd say so.
lot of baggage here, you know.
Nah.
I'm
The only baggage you got is baggage of freaking money bags, Mike.
Hell yeah. You got them.
I do not have that much money.
Yeah, you guys going out.
What do you mean? We make millions from this podcast.
I'm at besides podcast.
Oh, by the back. Okay.
I look-
Well, yeah. I guess if you
we
exclude-
try to keep the podcast money kind of close to our chest a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, after we run that huge banquet every year,
That's true. That helps a lot.
That's a lot of money. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Also,
Anyway.
if you're gonna be in the Cleveland area, should we tell them about the meet and greet in Cleveland? Should we tell?
Oh
them about
yeah. We probably should.
that? We should.
We'll probably do it at Dunford Street, the corner of Dunford and Swan.
Yep.
So the corner of Dunford and Swan. It's downtown near the McDonald's there. We're gonna do a meet and greet, and all our fans out in Cleveland are welcome.
Oh.
And we hope to see a lot of people there.
We do. We
Yeah,
hope to
that's
see
a
you
real
there.
treat. That's a real treat
And,
right there.
I feel like that's a
Bring
good-
the merch.
We
you
could
know?
probably do a couple autographs.
We could do autographs for sure. I'm still working on my signature.
Um,
It sometimes looks different from time to time, but
Yeah,
it's
you
getting
know
there.
what? Have you ever thought about that? Where like you're signing like an important paper and you think to yourself like, if I ever got famous, like, how would I keep the same signature every time? Because, you know, when you watch Pawn Stars and stuff like that, like they like pull out a microscope on these
No, yeah,
things,
they
and they
really
like,
do.
it's like, yeah, he usually doesn't do this big of a loop, and you're like, wow, like that's a lot of pressure to like
That is
have the same signature.
You gotta practice.
Practice makes perfect. But hey, old dogs can learn new tricks.
It's true.
So,
Are you calling us old?
You're older than us.
I am. But, you know, we're not as malleable as we once were.
True.
So,
We're also not metals.
you know, it's figurative speech.
I know. I'm messing with
Don't do that. Let me.
you. Don't mess with me. You're right. I should be treating our guests better. You're right.
Yeah.
I am the guest.
Well, we will, because we're gonna go out to dinner tonight. We're gonna have a nice dinner. We're gonna have a
I'm gonna be paying
great
for it.
night.
Make him pay. Exactly.
Yeah, make him pay for it all.
So I got the deep pockets, apparently.
Fair. That's what I've heard.
Well, on that note, I think it's been a very successful episode, and I think
Best
we'll
one yet.
definitely be willing to have the amazing man Rosario back
Oh,
again.
Would be my honor. No, right hand, sir.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. There it is.
It's been a true honor. A true honor. Matthew.
Thank you.
Thank you for.
Thank you for coming on.
No, thank
thank
you.
you for your humble abode.
No problem.
This has been the More Life Podcast.
Peace.